Hi everybody, Benita Hudson here, uh, out at beautiful Deep Bay off of Vancouver Island. About 4 hours actually out from Vancouver Island the way our boat goes. We're out here on the trawler for a few days and just loving the peace, the beauty, the seals. I like to sing, and I was sitting up top here on the deck and singing a few songs, and this seal came along. So it happened a couple of times. It was pretty cool. I've been developing a lot of relationships with nature lately. We have several hummingbirds in our backyard, and the female will come right up to our window to say hi. And when I go outside and I call her, she'll come and hover right in front of me before she's off to do bird things. So just feeling a lot of communion with the world around us. And something I wanted to talk about today. I haven't been on my podcast for a while because, I've put out a lot of podcasts in the past. I'm kind of the mind that if I don't feel like I have something important to say, I'm not going to podcast just for the heck of it. So here I am out on our trawler. And the thing that I've been thinking a lot about lately is boundaries. I think it's something we all have challenges with. Especially if we grew up in an environment where from a young age we were taught to put other people's feelings first, and there's nothing wrong with being polite and caring about others, but not to the detriment of ourselves. And maybe I'll take my glasses off because you can't really see my eyes with my glasses going to sunglasses, so here we are. um, I think that it's really a common thing I'm seeing in my practice, where people focus so much on the feelings of others that they tend to disregard how they're being affected. I see it in clients who have trouble expressing their needs to their loved ones, um, entrepreneurs who either charge a certain amount and work longer than they said they would work, so they're um, not getting the value that they should be. I'm offering this service, this is what I'm getting paid for it. They're actually lowering their rate by working longer than they intended to, or they're undercharging. It's this concept of I'm putting out energy and I'm not receiving back in kind. And I think we really have to learn that to be sustainable in this world, physically, emotionally, mentally, we have to have an exchange of energy. And not having healthy boundaries means that you don't get that healthy exchange of energy, especially if you're feeling like I'm supposed to put energy, I'm supposed to care for others, but I can't allow myself to receive. And I get it. I've been there. I was one of those people who felt, I will love so well, I will give so much that I will create, the perfect relationship, and I will create the perfect family, because I will have given so much of myself. And so naturally, I attracted people in situations where I gave a ton, and it didn't come back to me because the pattern was so one-sided. And I hadn't learned the importance of expressing my needs and realizing that they deserved to be met as well, so that I would attract people who would want that exchange of energy, want to be just as involved in giving as receiving. And I think sometimes in our world, which has become kind of a consumerist world, we forget the joy of giving. And it is an incredible thing when you put two givers together. It's magic. And that's certainly what I've come to experience with my husband, Tillman, is he's very much the kind of person who gets up in the morning saying, okay, uh, what can I offer today? Offer to my wife, my community, my clients. He's such a generous soul, and as am I, and therefore we benefit each other fully. And what the energy that we have together to create this life, where we work hard, we can take the time to go out on the ocean or go out on our bikes and just enjoy ourselves. There's a richness to that. There's a richness to being able to sustain each other to the point that we can accomplish so much more than we could on our own. And I've always found that there is that resistance we have to, can I have it this good? Is it really okay to experience this much joy, this much pleasure? And it doesn't mean that there aren't difficult moments. I've had challenges in the past year with my health, and I'm getting on the other side of that in a lot of ways. It's been really good for me to learn when I couldn't have the energy to do the things I normally did, how much support I had in my home to just take care of myself, rest when I needed to, and how much that support helped me get back my energy, get back my health. Great support from doctors, but the home front, that support from Tillman, just take care of yourself, do what you need to do. It's been a remarkable thing to learn to let go and receive, and get that energy back to once again be in that cycle of giving and receiving. And even when my energy was low and I could only do so much, it was always appreciated. And I think sometimes we give a lot hoping for appreciation, but we first have to learn to appreciate ourselves, and that actually opens the channel to attract people in who will appreciate us as well. If we think, I've got to give and give to get that, it's not something you can earn. You have to know your worth. And maybe you don't have to know it fully. Maybe you just have to be on the way there to starting to communicate it, to starting to get clear on, I have worth in this world. I, in and of myself, am enough. That you can start letting it in when somebody offers you appreciation. Stop pushing that away, but start going, well, thank you. I'm glad, I'm a value to you, and I'm a value to myself. And that's the healthy boundaries where you go, I'm ready to give everything I've got, but I know I need to receive in kind for this to be sustainable, so I don't burn out, so I can continue all my life to be a giving person. Well, then we have to be able to receive as well. And I don't even know if I like the term boundaries so much as I like the word exchange. I'm going to offer all that I am and all that I have to the people in my world, whether they are my husband, my friends, the greater community around me, and my clients. And I'm going to allow myself to receive everything the universe wants to give me for me to continue to live that way. And all I have to do is be open to receiving. A lot of us who are givers, and a lot of us have grown up that way, we'll give everything that we can. But we have to be just as open to letting the universe sustain us through the people it moves to offer us that light, to offer us their kindness and their support. Have to be able to receive. That includes financially. Money is just concentrated personal energy. So when you in your work offer energy, you have to be willing to receive it in kind. If you've set the bar so low that you're not allowing yourself to receive more, then you're just not going to be able to keep doing what you do. And I've seen people do that. They'll start a business and it fails, and then they go on to do something that brings in an income but is not necessarily their calling, because they couldn't allow themselves to receive enough to keep going with their business. So, let yourself receive. Allow that exchange. That's what abundance is. It's a wheel of energy. Energy goes out, energy comes back. And the wheel can't be lopsided or it won't keep moving you forward. So keep that in mind. That wheel has to be even. So my suggestion is, watch what's going on in your life. Are there ways your wheel is lopsided? You'll know, because you'll come out of relationships and situations feeling tired, resentful, anxious. When you feel safe, when you feel full, when you feel loved, supported, and on purpose, then you know your wheel is even. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.